folks, now it is time to turn and put our focus on optimizing meals with the right nutrition for a strong start to the day. And Becky Worley tested out some protein picks starting with breakfast, and she's back now with all the information that we need to know. Good to see you again, friend.
Happy to be here. I can hear my mom's voice. Breakfast, it's the most important meal of the day. And now a renewed emphasis on front-loading protein for breakfast to power your whole day. Breakfast, often overlooked and rushed, but it plays a big role in blood sugar and energy levels throughout the day.
It's what's easy, grab and go, fast to cook.
For the Muffson family, it's a struggle.
The breakfast challenge is the pickiness between the two kids and what they want. We definitely want to just make sure they have some calories in them before they head to school.
But what kind of calories? Dietitian Lauren Kramer takes us to the Berkeley Bowl grocery store to explain the issues around our traditional sugar and carb-rich breakfasts.
What happens to our blood sugar is it goes all the way up and spikes and then can come crashing down. And when that happens, we can feel fatigued, we can get hungry really quickly.
She says the solution is a protein-rich breakfast. So to see its effects on my energy levels and blood sugar compared to a heavy carb or sugar breakfast, I use a continuous glucose monitor. It tells me in real time how food causes my body to react. So, first morning, eggs and sausage. My blood sugar barely moves, just a 3-point increase and steady until lunch.
And not even hungry.
But the next breakfast, a bagel and cream cheese. Lots of carbs and whoa, my blood sugar shoots up 100 points and then it crashes.
By lunch, I was feeling kind of tired and definitely hungry.
Blood sugar spikes like this can lead to a roller coaster effect on energy and other big health problems like inflammation. But getting kids to eat savory, protein-rich foods in the morning is not always easy. So we try some simple swaps.
You guys love pancakes.
Yeah.
But pancakes, is there a good option?
Well, there's a better option. Kodiak makes a protein pancake, and you can see here that we have 15 grams of protein, and we don't have a lot of the added sugar that we were looking at on the cereal.
Lauren also suggests other protein-rich breakfast ideas. Chia pudding with nut butter, cottage cheese, of course eggs, and a secret that works for a lot of teens, leftovers.
Hey,
good to see you again.
So the next morning, protein breakfast served.
how's it going so far?
I like the pancakes the best. We like to put a couple chocolate chips in there so it's a little bit sweeter.
Leaving this family a little better prepared to face the day.
Get that protein in early.
Right.
All right.
There are so many ways to get it. There's powders, it's added in so many foods, and do not sleep on leftovers, ladies. That is a good one.
That's
for
what
protein.
I had for breakfast today.
See, you're on it.
And it's easy to make because it's already made.
It's already made. It's done. So let's send it over to Will and DeMarco with a bit more, guys.
What's up? No leftovers here. We've got dietitian and founder of Maya Feller Nutrition, Maya Feller.
Maya.
And she's here with how we can get our protein throughout the day. Maya, thank you for being here.
Friend.
We're ready to go. We do protein.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
do.
you do protein. But there's a lot of debate over how much protein one actually needs per day. So can you help set the record straight for us there?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that we know is that most people are not in their kitchens cooking up these protein-rich meals. So in an effort to meet people where they are, this is like some basics around, well, how much do you need? In general, we say 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight for someone who walks less than 7,000 steps per day. If you walk more than that or you exercise more, then you need more protein, like you, for example, with your biking.
Yeah, I got a trainer who said, you know, you should eat the amount of grams that you weigh. So if I weigh 221 pounds, 221 grams of protein, that's a lot.
That is a huge amount of protein. And what I would say, DeMarco, is because you're physically active, you can probably tolerate that much protein. But for the average person, that's way too much. And they probably have to scale back and be somewhere more like 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. So like for a 160-pound person, maybe 58 grams of protein per day.
All right, what about protein bars?
Okay, so here we go. When you're having a protein bar, in general, you want to make sure that there is little to no synthetic fat, and the saturated fats also not so much. you want to aim for less than 5 grams of added sugar per serving in that protein bar. So when I'm thinking about it, there'll be a little bit of fiber, but really we're going to focus on minimizing the added sugar and also minimizing the synthetic and saturated fats.
But before we move on, what is synthetic fat? I don't know if I know what that is.
Yeah, so a synthetic fat is like a trans fat or an intraesterified fat.
Okay.
It's been made in a lab, and those are the things that clog your arteries. It's the type of fat that our body does not love.
Yeah, basically, rule of thumb, if for anything packaged, the fewer ingredients listed, the better.
So yes, sometimes generally. There's a little bit of nuance there, but yeah, for the most part, I'll take you on that.
All right. We're going to move it on. We're going to move it on. If you don't like a bar and you'd like your protein liquefied, they make shakes. What are the best ones? What do we have here?
So we have got some shakes here, and when we're thinking about shakes, I want folks to remember this is not a meal replacement. This is meant to add protein to your day, right? It is not a meal replacement. Again, you're going to pay attention to the added sugars, ideally less than 4 grams per serving, which is about 1 teaspoon. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of fiber. Sometimes you're going to get around 25 to 40 grams of protein per serving, but this is for on the go when you need to have something quick and easy.
Cool. Okay, got about 30
We're on the go to this one here.
Protein powders.
Okay, protein powders. I'm going to dive right into this. Oh my gosh, I love that you're drinking that.
I got to get my protein.
So I had protein powder this morning actually in my smoothie, and you can use it across so many applications, baking it in your smoothies. Oatmeal, right? The thing that I like to remind folks is, you know, whey protein, it's in favor right now because of its high leucine content, and it's also easily digested. The thing about it is you want to make sure that there is 0 grams of added sugar.
Okay.
You don't want any added sugar. Maybe there's going to be some fiber in it, especially if it's a plant-based version.
All right, Maya Feller, thank you so much. We wish we could hang with you all day and get our protein in.